Argofunk Book Review, Argofunk Book Review. Karen is good at roller skating. She can do all sorts of tricks, like go forward and stop. Her parents call her a daredevil. I'm sure they call her lots of things. They can't call her supervised, though, because Elizabeth asks Karen to walk the dog, then goes away. That was kind of rude of Elizabeth. Karen is clearly in the middle of getting her roller skates on. Why interrupt with dog chores? Karen dumps the dog walking chore on her younger brother Andrew so she can do tricks on her roller skates. She jumps over 2 coffee cans. When she turns around, she falls on her butt and breaks her wrist. Ow. She's taken to the hospital where Dr. Humphrey puts a cast on her arm. Everyone in the house gives Karen special treatment for 3 pages. She gets grumpy when the special treatment stops. They should give her candy bars all the time. Karen dresses herself the next morning and they go back to the hospital so Dr. Humphrey can check her x-rays. Call me crazy, but I think he should have done that before putting a cast on Karen. Karen doesn't want to admit she fell while turning around. She makes up a story about trying to dodge a caterpillar. Neither Dad nor Dr. Humphrey point out that's not the story she told yesterday. Karen is sad to hear she'll have her cast for 2 months. She sees a boy from her class named Ricky. He has a broken leg, and he's already got cool signatures on it. Ricky brags he'll be the most popular kid in school once he gets a signature from a famous baseball player. Karen can't handle the idea of someone besides her getting attention, so she decides she must get cool signatures. She gets all her family members to sign her cast, including the pets. She does the same thing at the Papadakis house and the Delaney house. Both times she makes up a story about how she broke her arm. It's the same basic story each time. She goes from jumping 2 coffee cans to jumping 4 cans to 5. She never goes for an outrageous story, like, I was sword-fighting aliens to save all the candy on Earth. Shannon Kilborn is babysitting the Delaneys. Shannon is the only character in this book with pupils instead of big black eyes. I don't know why she gets special treatment. The kids go to get ice cream. Karen tells her story again when Andrew says she's lying. Karen admits she fell while turning around. None of the other kids care because they're too distracted by ice cream. Karen sees the witch next door. She makes up a story about the witch's plot to steal birthdays. Clearly, Karen did not learn a lesson about telling the truth. Karen decides to get the witch's autograph on her cast. She convinces Hanny to come along for moral support because they are best friends. The witch has a pen under her shawl by her shoulder. It looks like she pulled the pen out of her armpit. The witch signs the cast. Karen is amazed at how wonderful her weekend was. On the way home, Mom says she can get her cast signed by Amy Morris, the movie star. Ooh. At school, Karen steals all the attention away from Ricky. Ricky feels sad. Karen makes him feel better by asking to see his cast. The end. Post-book follow-up. I did not like this book as much as the first one. The first one had a focused story, complete with Karen learning a lesson about being nice to her neighbors. This book's story was more scattered. It's a lot of her wandering around the neighborhood trying to get autographs. It felt like she was going to learn a lesson about lying. The book was clearly leading up to it. Karen's tall tale slowly grew out of control until she told the truth and everybody forgot about it. Sort of a drop plot point, I would say. The first book did a good job with Karen's various fantasies. This one did not, which is a shame. Karen's tall tales would have made for good fantasy scenes. I didn't like the illustrations as much. I couldn't help but notice most of the characters are identical. Ricky is Andrew with brown hair. Seth is Watson with a beard. David, Michael, Charlie, and Sam are identical triplets. Karen's mom, Elizabeth, Christy, and Shannon are all the same generic female with long hair. Although Christy usually has a ponytail, and Shannon's hair stops at the shoulder. So that makes those two different. Overall, I thought the first book was better. It's still a perfectly fine book for little kids. It's a cute, simple story that's easy to follow. I won't give this book a lower score, I'll just say I like the first one better. That's all. I give Babysitter's Little Sister graphic novel number 2, Karen's Roller Skates, a thumbs up. Interesting that I like the second graphic novel less, because with the original books, I liked the second book more.